Do you think the dollar store can help you organize your pantry? Let's find out. Hey you guys, I'm Cassidy from Remodelaholic.com, and today we are going to organize a pantry. I don't know about you, but a pantry is always a space that needs help in my house. I organized mine a couple years ago, and I will link to it up here if you want to check it out, but we've moved to a new house and now I need to start over. So what should we do? Can you organize your pantry without breaking the bank? We totally can. And today our friend Sara from 12 on Main is going to show us how she went to the dollar store with a few hardware finds and some spray paint and totally organized her pantry. Sara is fortunate to have a nice big storage room for her pantry, but more space does not necessarily mean better organization. You have to work for that. Ugh, darn it. So tell me guys, what would you use from the dollar store to organize your pantry? Are there certain items that you love? I bought some baskets there that I haven't even opened yet, but I want to. Luckily it didn't kill me, it was about $5. So when I get to it, I get to it. But I want to know what you would use in your pantry. So leave me a comment below and we'll talk about it. Sara completely reorganized her pantry and made it so much better. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Sara from 12 on Main for Remodelaholic, and I'm going to show you how I updated and organized my ugly pantry. First thing I'm going to do is give you a little tour of what it looks like at the beginning. If you can see, this is what my pantry looks like after a whole Christmas vacation. I mean, everything's just thrown in. Everyone was too busy playing and partying to care about where things ended up. So things are kind of a mess, and this definitely is not the prettiest place. I've got my mason jars, I've got my extra appliances, I've got all my long-term food storage, like wheat, sugar, stuff like that, and then just, you know, everyday foods. So I'm going to give this an update and organize it and make it a lot prettier on the eyes. For this pantry makeover, I'm going to use some dollar store items and some other organization items I found at Home Depot. Since this was right after Christmas that I decided to do this project, money was tight. So I walked in one day at Home Depot right after Christmas and I found these for $9 a piece. So I snatched up about 7 of those. I'm excited to use those in my pantry because they'll hold a lot of good stuff. I also grabbed a bunch of these little bins from the dollar store. So these were actually green. I think I got some red ones, blue ones. Anyways, so I spray painted them white, but I didn't spray paint the inside because I didn't want it to mess with the food. That's about like a 12 by 12. I think that's probably like 14 inches long by 8 inches. And then I got a smaller one like this. So I'm excited to use these, and I also have a few other items, but I'm going to take all my items out of my pantry and I'm going to work on organizing and grouping things together, getting rid of things that are old, and then organizing it and figuring out where everything needs to go. Something I'm going to use these large ones for is for like all my pasta, because I have a lot of pasta and it just kind of sits on the shelf. So I've got my macaroni and cheese. I've got my all sorts of different pastas. Okay, so I have got most everything organized and separated. And so what I've kind of done is I've done all my bottled, because I do some bottling in the summer when my garden has got lots of fresh vegetables. And then I put all my canned items together. And then I group things like I've got my chips in this. I've got my hot chocolate and cakes. Over here, this is kind of like the kids zone. This is stuff for lunches. So I've got drinks, chips, snacks, and then down here we have cereal. So this, my friends, is the finished project. There's my little grocery list. And then here's where I've organized everything. I've put my little chalkboard signs, and this space over here, right here, is where my kids can come and grab something for their lunches. There'll be drinks and treats and chips to choose from. And then I created these simple little chalkboard signs out of just pieces of 1/4 inch plywood. Painted some chalkboard paint on them and then hot glued them to the crates. Believe it or not, those black crates were bright purple from the dollar store. They're plastic, and I painted them with black paint. Now they look kind of like a wire basket. So that, and then what I've done up here, I took all of my paper towels and my toilet paper out of the baskets, or out of the bags, because it makes it look nicer, and then you can kind of see what you have and you have a better idea of when you need to restock. I hope you enjoyed checking out my cheap and easy pantry update.
Didn't Sara do a great job? Be sure to give her a thumbs up. I have to admit, I'm a little bit jealous of the space that Sara has in her pantry. However, I still do love to look at my old slide out pantry. So be sure to check out the video here. And also we have a great organizational playlist you can check out here. And don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next week. Bye guys.